Hello, how are you doing today? I'm Fiadh. I'm an energy and spirit worker, Reiki master, and Healing Arts Practitioner. And today, what I wanted to offer was a distance intuitive energy healing session, a spiritual alchemy session with the intention of healing from any enmeshed, entangled energy, to support you in the healing of any patterns of codependency you might have in your life, going from this lifetime to a past lifetime. So please take a moment to center yourself. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. If this subject brings up anything painful for you, just take it easy on yourself. Any kind of attachment or relational healing is a process. It takes time. It can be very triggering. Hi, Ghost Pepper. It's my cat. So please just relax, and I will channel this healing energy for your greatest and highest good. Ghost Pepper, how can I help you? He has things to say as well. I feel especially called, if you're comfortable with it, to call in the frequencies of angelic healing to support us. But if you don't believe in angels, or you're just not comfortable working with them, then I will just call in your most loving and benevolent guides. Sorry about that. Ghost Pepper started going a little bit crazy, and he's also part Siamese, so he talks a lot. Hi, handsome. Anyway, so I'm going to channel in these angelic healing frequencies. And if you're not comfortable with the angels, then that's okay too. I will just be calling in your most benevolent and wisest guides to help support us. Just taking this moment to connect and scan your energy. Just connecting to your aura, to your body, with respect to your boundaries, of course. My right ear is ringing. I will say, before I started this session, I was trying to start another session, and I got this sensation of just like a lot of anger, a lot of lashing out. So bad I just needed to go outside and sit outside for a while. So there might be some resentment. I'm getting this feeling of not being able to see all sides of the coin, missing out on someone else's perspective. I say this without anger or without judgment. But if you have been feeling especially angry or resentful, just helping support you in tuning back into empathy. Maybe you've just been hurt a lot and you're just having difficulties connecting to that sensation of seeing things from someone else's viewpoint. It's just maybe a little bit of compassion fatigue. So I invite you now, if you have been feeling kind of raw, jagged, maybe a little bit resentful, even if you don't consciously know it, maybe there's just like a raw, jagged edge, please just take a moment to put your hands over your heart space. I invite everyone to do this. And we're just kind of taking a moment of loving selfishness, of bringing back this healing for ourselves, this compassion for ourselves, this sensation of empathy and tenderness back into our own heart space, first and foremost, filling our own cup. Okay. And if you want to continue doing that for as long as you need to, I'm going to go into it's almost like the left kidney. That's where I'm feeling a lot right now. The mother wound, the caretaking energy that is part of codependency. the spilling too much from your own cup into someone else's, giving, but as a way to kind of satisfy yourself without ever really meeting your own needs at the same time. Just the imbalanced dynamic, the unhealthy caretaker dynamic, where you or someone else is taking on this role and leaving someone else to avoid accountability. Or then the noises next door. They just started doing this. Again, I thought they were done most of their work next door. Apparently not. Going a little bit into the sacral now. Kind of further into the auric field, supporting the mental, physical, emotional level. Any patterns from your family dynamics. I feel like they've taken away a little bit of your individuality, made you fearful to express yourself, making you fearful of that you won't have your needs met. Just filling back up this energy. Feeling this rush of heat going up through like my system, my digestive system, and my esophagus. Not quite acid reflux, like it feels like fire. Welcoming in this dragon's breath. Beginning down at your root. The core of you. And pushing outward. Releasing the need to feel like you have to fulfill some sort of unhealthy dynamic in a relationship. Someone else has some kind of need that needs to be met, so you have to meet that need while sacrificing your own. And if you feel like you have some sort of need that needs to be met, that someone else needs to fulfill for you, we're just giving you this sense of fullness, of wholeness. Filling into the back of you, this kind of fire energy, the transmuting, the power, filling up yourself, your own cup. We all have our own needs and desires and wants that we wish to have fulfilled in our relationship. That's not unhealthy necessarily. It's the pattern of like dependence of, oh, I'm missing something, or I don't know how to take care of myself, or other people need me. That's what we don't want. That's, once again, just codependence. Just moving around this energy. Oh boy, I'm feeling that very strongly in my shoulder. Something that needs to be released. We'll see. Going down back into your feet, your legs, your hips, just this whole full rooted core of you. Where do you feel like you're missing something, like there's not enough of you? Maybe you're recovering from losing a connection and it feels like something is missing. Helping with loss and grief and letting go, but understanding that it's not like a part of you is missing, you know? You didn't lose a part of you. You are still enough. Going into this heart space. So a lot of this has felt very much in the more feminine side. Not to go into gender stereotypes, just kind of the receptive, the dreamy, the yin, the internal world, the what we're receiving. Now I'm feeling in like the mother wound or the female caretaker wound. Now I'm feeling on the other end of the spectrum. The more masculine, yang, giving. Father wound. Going a little bit out into the heart space. Something is being triggered. It's feeling a little bit rough. We're now going to force a healing into this. Just sitting here and allowing what needs to be released, what needs to be processed. Maybe something needs to be felt. That you haven't been willing to feel. It's feeling very far out, so they're very distant past. Or something passed down from the family. I feel like a lot of generally not the most healthy dynamics have been glamorized and supported and kind of brought to us throughout our life as being normal, as being healthy, even if it doesn't at our core feel correct. Just ingrained patterns throughout our society that keep being repeated. That we see in our caregivers, in our loved ones, in our families, and then we echo and repeat it in ourselves. To the throat. I'm not narrowing in on anything too specific. This feels very general, habitual, subconscious. So there might be a lot of healing work that's getting done below the surface. big release there, so we're going a little bit farther out. Sensing a little bit into the aura. Letting go of things we need to let go of. Probably things you're not even aware that you're doing. You don't have to be. This is working on an energetic level. Going kind of into the space underneath the armpits, I feel. With respect to your boundaries, of course. Seeing the weeping willow. I just felt this rush of like imposter syndrome, and I heard, I'm not enough, so I need someone else to be enough for me. Which is a lot of pressure to put on someone else. So maybe it's time to start finding ways to do that for yourself in your life. Just bringing in activations of your own pleasure, your own needs being met by yourself, for yourself. Balancing this out so it doesn't go into hyper independence. But just bringing in this trust, this being enough. Not that you already aren't, just the feeling of not being enough. The different facets or masks we put on to make ourselves seem lovable, to make ourselves seem worthy, to hide away from any fear we might have, fears of abandonment, of rejection, of there was another word that was on the tip of my tongue. I just saw a flash of what was that storybook? Or that story about the like rock soup? They're making a soup of rocks. Maybe your inner child wants to make a potion of some sort. You know, like when you're playing in the garden as a kid, then you had a big bucket and you just fill it like with water and rocks and dirt and leaves. Excuse me. Just bringing a lot of like excess energy down through the feet, the ankles. My stomach just rumbled. Finding peace and security with where you are now. Knowing that you can create loving, healthy relationships and partnerships and friendships and connections. They're all mutually fulfilling and loving and supportive without being imbalanced. Without feeling scared. Without feeling like you need to give so much of yourself that you don't even know who you are anymore, or that you need someone else to take on that role for you. Supporting the unity of all that you are, all who you are becoming, and all that you've ever been. It is enough. It has always been enough. You are so unconditionally loved and supported, regardless who is or isn't in your life right now. Trusting and knowing and believing in your own magic, in your own soul, in your mind and body. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this session was supportive for you in some way. If you want to keep up with my other videos, then you can subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updated when I upload. But regardless, I truly appreciate every single one of you. I'm sending you all of the best, all of my love on your healing journeys. and I'll see you next time.